How's it going, guys? Dan the Tourist Man with CBReptile.com, your home for captive bred reptiles and reptile accessories. And today, this lovely little fellow we have with us is one of our Black and White Tegus. The Black and White Tegu is an absolutely beautiful creature, sporting bright black and white stripes all the way up and down their bodies. But during their younger age, like the hatchling that we have right here, this guy is actually going to have a green head. That's going to allow them to help out a little bit with their camouflage inside of their natural habitat, but as they get a little bit older, they're going to have that defensive mechanism, aka their 4-foot long body. These guys can live about 15 to 20 years in captivity and reach sizes of 3.5 to 4 feet long. So these guys are going to be a lifelong friend and something that you guys are going to have to prepare for when they get into their larger sizes. So now that you know a little bit about your Black and White Tegu and exactly the size and the age that they can live to in captivity, let's talk a little bit about housing your reptile. So traditionally, these guys at the young age are going to be needing about a 40-gallon breeder, and the breeder is just meaning that's going to be one of our longer terrariums, and that terrarium is going to give them ample floor space. These guys do like to dig, they like to get themselves a little bit hidden in the ground, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. However, we will want a little bit more floor space and a little bit less on that vertical side. They do like to climb, however, they're going to appreciate a lot more that burrowing aspect of their terrarium. So for burrowing, we're going to have a nice mix of a little bit of our eco earth that looks right here. This is going to be a bit of a cocoa fiber, so it's going to have coconut husks that are going to be really great at absorbing moisture. So we're going to use that, and we're also going to be using a little bit of forest floor, which is a cypress mulch, so it has a little bit more tangibility to it, so it's not as coarse and as thin as the cocoa fiber. So the first thing that we're going to add to our terrarium for our Black and White Tegu over here is going to be a food and water bowl. Food and water bowl are going to be super important to the health of your Black and White Tegu, just because, of course, they're going to need to eat and drink every single day. These guys love their water, so right here we have a bit of a little Reptile ramp. Reptile ramps are great because it allows them to climb in and out of their in and out of their water bowl. So they come in different sizes for your growing Black and White Tegu. Pick one up and they're going to be allowed to bathe in there. They love to drink their water, but you're always going to want to make sure you're going to change that every single day because the water can get a little bit dirty just because of this cocoa fiber substrate that we have, as well as the defecation from your Black and White Tegu. They will actually defecate inside the water. So you want to make sure that you change it so they're not swimming in dirty water. We're also going to need a Reptile. These guys are omnivores, so they're going to eat a wide variety of different insects as well as fruits and veggies. These guys are loving their squash that we feed them here at CBReptile.com. These guys are also loving their crickets as well as their mealworms, just like most of our reptiles. But these guys are also going to be enjoying a nice fruit selection, just like strawberries and apples. So it can be a lot of fun feeding your Black and White Tegu. Okay guys, so almost equally as important to the food and water bowl is going to be a hide. Hides are going to be awesome for giving your Black and White Tegu the protection that they're going to desire inside of their natural habitat. So we recommend one of our half logs. This is a very realistic looking log. It's made from real wood, but it's made sure that it's very naturalistic to make sure that there's not going to be any contaminants that can affect your habitat for your Black and White Tegu. So what we do is recommend these guys. They have the hollowed out inside, allows them to crawl underneath, get that protection that they're going to desire. So we highly recommend you putting one of these inside of your terrarium. Alright guys, so for humidity and temperature is going to be very, very important that you regulate these. Keeping track of those, super simple. As long as you have a temperature humidity gauge, you can position this inside of your terrarium to keep an eye on the temperature as well as the humidity. Both same time, very tandem, really good. So you can make sure that you keep an eye on that. For larger terrariums, sort of like our 40-gallon breeder that we recommend for our Black and White Tegus, that is going to need about 2 of them. So you want to put one on the warmer side and one on the cooler side. These guys are going to need temperatures of the mid-70s to mid-80s. If you want to have the temperature go down in your house a little bit lower, make sure you're going to keep that temperature above 70 degrees for these guys. They're going to hate having any temperature lower than that. They are cold-blooded reptilians, so they love to have that warmth, and they actually need that to regulate their temperatures. So to regulate that temperature, what we'll use is one of our ceramic heat emitters, which is on the other side of the table, right here. That is going to be very helpful for creating a basking spot. So like I said, they're going to have a different temperature for the ambient temperature of their terrarium. What they're going to need for their basking spot is going to be about 95 to 110 degrees, which is crazy amounts of heat. So what you're going to need to do is take that ceramic heat emitter and then take one of our pieces of wood, and then you can take that and prop it up in the corner. So that's going to create that beautiful effect of that basking area. So you can climb up on top of there and get all the heat that he needs. That's also going to come along with this heating mat that we have at the bottom. Sometimes that heat's not going to come as simple as you think it is, so we often recommend you getting both the heat emitter as well as grabbing onto one of our heating mats. Those are going to help you out in case you need it. So, okay guys, and as for the UV spectrum, there is a little bit of a difference between opinions when it comes to these guys needing their UVB light. So we have a hood lamp right here. Of course, we're going to be offering the hood lamp for our Black and White Tegus, and we recommend that for you as well. People often are under the impression that even though these guys are not nocturnal, that because they hide in brushes, they like to dig a little bit, that they aren't actually going to be getting a ton of sunlight, so it's not necessary. However, you know, it's a great call just to throw one into your terrarium, even if people are going to, you know, beg to differ. You know, we think that is going to, you know, be very essential for the health of your animal. If you guys are looking for a little extra humidity, you got to keep that humidity up to about 60 to 80%, which is a lot of humidity. Not a ton of reptiles actually require that much humidity. What we'll end up doing is requiring one of these. It's just a little mister, it's a little sprayer, so we'll pop, pop. You know, it gives a little a spray effect. So that's going to, you know, allow you to spray down your terrarium to increase that moisture every single day. So if you guys aren't getting enough moisture from that, you know, that's also an option. But we also have over here some of our Terrarium Moss. Terrarium Moss is going to be great for, you know, moistening and placing around your terrarium. Again, it's green. It's going to get that real naturalistic effect. It's going to make your terrarium look really, really great, and is also going to aid crazily in the amount of humidity. So you want to make sure that that's staying moist, and also going to be along the back of your terrarium. That way is going to create a nice effect for your terrarium, as well as give you, you know, that even humidity all the way across your terrarium, especially if it's going to be located towards your heating lamp as well as towards your heating. Thank you so much for joining us here at CBReptile.com. We hope you learned something. If you learned anything about our Black and White Tegus, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell if you want to stay updated on everything CBReptile.com. This is Dan the Tourist Man with CBReptile.com, your home for all of your captive bred reptiles and reptile accessories. Signing out, and this is our Black and White Tegu, hoping that they have a brand new home in a loving owner like yourself. So thank you so much, and see you next time at CBReptile.com.